Hi, and welcome to Perpetual Fitness Training. My name is Holly. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to apologize right off the bat. This is allergy season for me here in Texas. I'm allergic to mold. We've had a lot of rain these last few weeks, so that mold allergens are really high, and you can hear it in my voice. I will try to push through and not squeak or cough, but I'll do my best. So just apology right off the bat. Today we are doing a bar style workout, and I say bar style because it's not the traditional bar workout. This is going to be high reps, low weight, and you do it for a long time. There's the first one. All right, so things that you'll need today. You will need light weights. I'm just using 5s and 8s, and those 8s are definitely going to get heavy in some of those exercises. So that's really on the heavy side, truly light weights. Cans of soup, something you have laying around the house that will provide a little extra resistance is perfect. A high-backed chair, something you place your hands on. It can be a couch, it can be a wall, it can be a person, whatever you have nearby. We will use it occasionally through the workout, not the entire time. Please make sure you have water and a sweat towel, and of course that music playing nice and loud. Bar or bar style workouts are meant to be easy on the joint, so it follows that low impact, easy on the body, but please don't misunderstand, this is not easy. Do what you can to hold the reps for as long as you can. Take breaks when you need to. Please listen to your body. This workout is designed to really challenge you and to build up for the full time. So please don't feel bad if you can only make it halfway through, or you can only make it 3/4 of the way through, or maybe just 10 seconds. Doing it and coming back to it a couple times a week will build strength. You'll be able to see your progress, but I don't want you to be hard on yourself. This is not an easy workout. You are meant to build up to the full time. So be nice to yourself, be gentle, feel that burn and stay with it as long as you can, but please listen to your body. All right, let's grab our stuff. We're gonna go ahead and go. Make sure you warm up. There is no warm up included with this. So make sure that you're nice and warm, whether you go a couple times around the block, you go up and down some stairs, maybe you just do some jumping jacks, whatever, 5 to 10 minutes, making sure everything feels loose and not creaky anymore, and you're ready to go. So go ahead and grab your stuff, get that warm up finished, and let's begin. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now this is bar style, so I have gone ahead and taken off my shoes and socks. Do not feel like you have to. You can keep that equipment on if you like. It's really about your preference, and that's it. So if you want to wear shoes, wear shoes. You want to wear socks, wear socks. You want to be barefoot? This is a great opportunity to be barefoot. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the chair. Each movement is 60 seconds. We have 5 movements. The good news, we only go through it once. The bad news, it burns. So please take breaks if you need to. This is an awesome workout that will be very efficient and effective for you. One thing I like about bar style I have found is I burn really bad, while I'm working out, you really feel that burn. But then the next day, I'm not as sore as I would be in like a traditional weightlifting scenario. So it's great for clients that don't like to be sore. It's also good for me when I'm traveling. If I know I'm traveling the next day and I don't want to be sore sitting in an airplane for 8 hours, then this is the kind of workout that I do. So anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Squats are first. So you're going to stand away from the chair, hands on the top of the chair for that squat. So if you're stiff or tight, doing these kind of shallow squats are fine. As we move through the movements, you can go ahead and start dropping deeper as your body warms up or gets used to the move a little bit more. Same rules apply. You're squeezing through the glutes as you come up. And then we're going to add on from this move here. So let's go ahead and start up tall. Roll those shoulders, tummy tight. There we go, down and up. Squeeze your glutes at the top like you're pushing those hips forward, but you're not squeezing into the kneecaps. It's a glute squeeze instead. Making sure those toes are forward. Mine were open just a little bit. So toes pointing forward, sitting back in the heels. The chair is just for balance. Okay, I don't want you to lean on it. It's just there for balance. Help you get through this. We have 30 seconds to go. Then we're going to change this move to slow up and down. So 2 counts to get down, 2 counts to get up. Breathe through it. When you come up, you're up tall, proud chest, head looking forward. And I want you to try to keep this tall spine, this long spine throughout the whole move. 4 seconds, 2, 1. All right, so now we're gonna take it 2 counts down. 1, 2, 1, 2. When you're ready. So you're trying not to break in between the move. But of course, if you need to, it's fine, readjust. Keeping the weight in those heels, squeeze the glutes at the top. You should hear my knees. Rice Krispie treats in my knees. Squeeze. So I've had to go back and see a knee doctor lately. My knees are just getting that bad. And this is one of the exercises he actually recommended, which I was already doing, but super gentle on those joints. Breathe. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, we're changing again. We're going to come up onto the toes. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. So you'll see this changes as well. We can't come back into the heels anymore, but we're still up nice and tall. We're still putting the weight into the glutes. Breathe through it. Remember, we're not squeezing the knees at the top. We're squeezing those glutes. That chair to help you out. Just do what you can. Sometimes, especially if those calves are weak, being up on the toes can be a bit more difficult. It's definitely harder on the balance. So make sure you do have that surface to hold on to. Staying up nice and tall. Coming up onto the toes at the top. So you're going to feel this one a lot more through the quad. That's the front of your thigh. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to squat. Heels come up. You're going to rise. You're going to heels down. Squat. Heels come up and down. High as you can on those toes. Just give me what you can. Everyone will have a different range of motion. Squat low as you can. Roll to the toes. Lift and heels down. Just roll through the foot. This will feel like a foot stretch if you don't have shoes on. It's a little bit more restrictive with the shoes on, but you're still getting those benefits. 30 seconds. Roll up, down, roll, squeeze the glutes, down. Breathe, breathe. We have about 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Now, squat down. Rise up onto those heels. Squat down, rise up. So it's the same move, but this time we're just flowing through it. If you need to modify, you're going to come up, do a little heel raise. All right? This is perfectly acceptable. But if you're following me, heel raise down at the bottom. Should be feeling those calves, those quads. Belly is tight. Stay long in the spine. Keeping that chest up as long as you can. Or as high as you can. Tell y'all, this is gonna be a tough one to get through. My mind is a bit foggy with this lovely allergy attack. 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Perfect. Right, if you need to, you can stretch out those calves. Okay, up next, we're gonna do curls, biceps curls. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my 8. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna stay with it as long as I can. If you need to, if you grab a weight that's just a little harder, that's okay. You can always go down in weight later. You're not married to this weight. So start a little heavier than you think you can. You might surprise yourself and be able to lift it. All right, here we go. Feet hip width, soft knees, tuck your tailbone, tummy tight. Just a good old-fashioned biceps curl. Up and down. When you're lifting up, those fingers are relaxed. When you're lifting down, those fingers are relaxed. You're holding the weight, but you're not death gripping the weight. Keep that chest lifted, those blades squeeze together. You have a nice proud chest. So if you're looking from the side, all right, we're right here, lifting the heart. I'm not here. I'm not flinging my chest and back to bring that weight up. If you have to move your chest and hinge at the hips, your weight is way too heavy. You need to lighten up. Breathe. Soft knees, let that blood flow. So in our next phase, we're just going to do the upper movement here. Give me one more. All right, so now we're only gonna come halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. All right, join me when you're ready. So this is the movement where you may start finding your weight is a little too heavy. Just make sure you stay soft in the knees. Those elbows stay nice and close to the body. You're not using that back at all. Keeping the blades squeezed together, heart up, proud chest. Starting to get heavy. Let's see how much time we have. Oh, 20 seconds. All right, I think I can make 20 seconds. On the next phase of movement, we're just doing the lower region. Keep breathing. As it gets difficult, you tend to hold your breath. I want you to breathe through it. All right, lower. 90 degrees up. Readjust those shoulders if you need to. Just roll them up, back, and down. Make sure you're in good posture, good position. Breathe. Don't push the glutes back. Tuck them under slightly. Give me a nice strong base. Good. Keep the movement flowing. Maybe you need to take an extra couple seconds down at the bottom. That's fine. Maybe you need to do them one at a time, called unilateral, moving one arm at a time, and then doing the other arm. That's also perfect. Great way to modify. Our next move, we're going to curl and go up into a narrow shoulder press. Keep that chin lifted, tailbone tucked. All right, here we go. All the way up. So curl. Take those palms toward the ears, press it up, and then reverse it down. Take your time here. There's no rush. Shoulder blades stay down. So you're pushing your shoulder blades down as you're lifting your arms overhead. If there's any pain through that shoulder joint, please don't do the shoulder move. Just keep it in the biceps curl. Press up, shoulder blades down, breathing, exhale, exhale up. So on the moves, on the tough moves, on the working part of the move, that's where you're exhaling. So take your time again. There is no fast pace here. There's no right pace. There's definitely a wrong pace. I shouldn't say it. There's no right pace. That wasn't right either. Really, it's just move nice and easy. I don't want you to rush through this. Thinking about the move. All right, we're going to leave the arms up. We're going to open them to the side. We're going to come into a W press. Out to the side, bring it in. Out to the side, bring it in. Now this is where your chest can get away from you. You'll round your back and push your belly out. So keep that tailbone tucked, that tummy tight, soft knees. Just pressing those arms up at an angle. Again, if this bothers your shoulder, modify the move so that it doesn't hurt anymore. Maybe go back to the move we were just doing, that narrow shoulder press or closed shoulder press. Keep those shoulder blades down. They're going to want to help out. They're not allowed. Those shoulder blades stay down. We're just letting those delts do the work. You should definitely be warm by now. I have a little sweat trickling down my back. Feeling the move. We're moving back to legs next. Arms get a break. All right, take it down, perfect. Sip of water. Moving into a plie move. Okay, so plie, wide. Toes are open, not completely open. They're coming at an angle, okay? All right, so the first one is just plie. We're gonna lift the right heel. Whoops, so we're gonna be up on those toes. All right, here we go. Make sure you're balanced, you're up tall, tailbone's tucked, belly's tight, shoulder roll, hands are soft, down and squeeze up, down and squeeze up. So some things that happen often that are incorrect. Knees come in, right? Okay, that's not what we're looking for. We want knees pressed back, squeeze up. You should really feel this in that inner thigh and into that groin area. A lot of people push those knees in because they can get more range of motion. But I don't want you to worry about the range of motion. I want you to feel it through the inner thigh. You're also pulling those inner thighs together, squeezing up through the belly button, squeezing the glutes, and pulling everything up and tight to the center. Watch those knees. Press them back as you come down. You come down, the knees are pushed back, then you come up. So take a little extra second to make sure those knees are in the proper position. Another move I see is that the legs are too narrow. Make sure you're nice and wide. All right, one more. Now we're gonna switch sides, bringing the other heel up just as high as you can. Staying lifted through that upper body. Tummy's nice and tight. Perfect. I really like the bar style workouts, but I tend to like the ones that aren't traditional bar, which have a lot of ballet in them. And I think it's just because I'm not super graceful and I'm not super flexible. So I always feel like I can't do these moves that require a lot of grace and flexibility. So I've taken and adapted the idea and some of the moves and put it into something that I can do, that I feel gives me good results, is something I can accomplish and feel good about at the end of the day. And this is kind of what this workout is my idea of a bar. All right, so now we're going to put both heels up on those toes if you can. Now we're going to come down, pulse, pulse, pulse. I want you to stay nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed, okay? This is when things start bouncing and jiggling through those legs. It's okay, it's fine. Not leaning in, up tall, tuck that tailbone. Maybe this is too low, maybe you need to come up a little higher. Listen to your body. Let those legs wiggle. I'm not sure you can see this right leg, but it's going crazy. Do what you can. When you need a break, you take it. Then you get back down, lift those heels back up, and come down. And I want you up on those toes as high as you can, lifting through the chest, shoulders relaxed, hands are relaxed. We're not death gripping anything. All right, you guys, we have 15 seconds. This is a tough one. I want you to stay with it. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's going to be 2 counts up, 2 counts down. Back up on those toes. 2 counts. Knees are open. 2 counts. Squeeze those glutes. 2 counts. 2 counts. So what we're working here is endurance. We're working on the endurance through all these muscles that we're working. These one in particular are through the legs and glutes. You want to keep those knees open. You're gonna get sick of hearing me say that, but it really is the number one thing I see incorrectly done in this plie. Tuck, and a lot of times I think it's because we're just so tight through those hips. Knees open, knees open. And as you do this, the more you do it, the more you're gonna open up. And the easier these will become as far as range of motion. I'm not sure these are ever easy. All right, remember those legs might start jiggling. That's fine. Let them jiggle. It's just you. 5 seconds. All right, you guys, we have one more. All right, one more move. Let's go ahead. We're gonna take it down. You're gonna hold it in your best plie. Hold it right here, shoulders down. We're low, knees are open. Now you're gonna tuck your tailbone under and you're gonna release it. Tuck that tailbone under, release it. So now we're working more into those small, fine motor muscles that are in the hip, in the tummy. See if you can go a little lower. Keep tucking. Tuck, release. Tuck. Are those knees staying open? Up with the chest, right? We're not leaning over. Nice and proud, 20 seconds, shoulders down, long spine. 15. And really tuck, really tuck. Use effort. 5 seconds. 4, 3, go a little lower. 2, 1. Oh, okay. Just shake that up. So, good legs, back to the upper body. We're gonna do some lat rows. So let me go ahead and just move my chair back a little bit for you. Alrighty, so it's lat rows into a kickback. So I'm gonna start with the 8s. Again, this is gonna be those ones that I'm gonna have my lighter weights really close by. Because the lat rows, the 8s are gonna be no problem, but when I start getting into those kickbacks, that's when I'm probably gonna need something a little different. So lat row here, eventually we'll kick back. So it's important to make sure you have kickback room in whatever you're sitting on. So if you need to, maybe you'll have to change it a different direction so that when you come back, you're not going to hit the chair, the bottom, or the back. All right, here we go. So we're just gonna start with those lat rows. Tummy tight, flat back, lean down, reach for the toes, squeeze, pull it back. Reach for the toes, squeeze, pull it back. You want those elbows to graze the rib cage as you bring it up. You want that tummy to be pulled in nice and tight. Reach, inhale, exhale. All right, we have 30 seconds. Squeeze those blades together. Hold it for a second or two. We're not rushing through the move, right? We're being very deliberate with the move, thinking it through. Firing off as many muscles as we can. We're not using momentum. It's more effective, more efficient this way. It is a little harder this way. Keep that tummy tight. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, if you need a little break, 5 seconds, all we get. Now we're gonna add that kickback. All right, here we go. Lift, kick back, bring it in, reach down. Lift, kick back, bring it in, reach down. Abs are tight, pushing that chest out. Nice flat back, right? We don't want any rounding whatsoever. Shoulders down, tummy tight, pushing your chest out. Kicking back. Good. All right, we're halfway through. On the next one, we're gonna add a little squeeze, and that's for sure I'm gonna have to lighten up these weights. Shoulder blades down. So it's a great way to modify, to use the heavier weights for as long as you can, and then just drop down a little bit. And eventually, you're not gonna have to drop that weight to go to that lighter weight. Ten seconds. Elbows high. Squeeze those blades, shoulders away from the ears. Last one. All right, 5-second break. So now we're gonna add a little squeeze back. So you're gonna take the hands, you're gonna squeeze them back to the center. Here we go. Lift, back, squeeze, release, and reverse it. Very slow, very deliberate, in control. The squeeze just finishes off the back of those arms. Press, squeeze, release. Watch those shoulders. As these get heavy, those shoulders tend to come up into those ears. I want you to push them away every time. My legs are just jiggling. Woo! That was a good leg workout. And we're not done. We have a few more legs. Kick, press, down. Push that chest out, 10 seconds. Take breaks when you need to. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. Moving on to a rear fly. We're going to do right arm first and then your left. So one arm can be here, squeeze. Elbow is bent, arms go slightly back. Squeeze the shoulder blade to the spine. So you really want to push that shoulder blade into that spine while keeping your spine nice and straight. All right, we have 30 seconds. I like to do moves individually because it really does help you to see which is your weak side, because you want to be in balance. So you want to work that weak side to be as close to your stronger side as you can. Most of us always have one side that's weaker just because most of us are either right-handed or left-handed. So those muscles are just going to be stronger. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, just a transition break. Just move to the other arm. Tummy's tight, you're up tall, we're not sinking through the shoulder. And squeeze, release. Ooh, breathe through it. Exhale up. Keeping that tummy tight, pushing that chest out. Make sure you have a nice flat back. It's really great if you can work out in front of a mirror because it really helps to give you some feedback. You may think your back is straight, but then you look in the mirror and realize, ooh, it's not. And that will help you until that muscle memory kicks in. "20 seconds. Breathe. We get a break after this one. This is our 5th one. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, weights off to the side. Woo. Grab some water if you need it. All right, now we're moving down into tabletop. So we can actually take this chair and place it off to the side. Grab your mat or soft surface. I just have a regular mat here that I have folded up into layers, fourths. I'm gonna place this underneath my knees. I might even take it a little bit more because we are on the floor for quite a while. All righty. So moving into tabletop, which is onto all fours. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. So when I'm on the floor this long, because this will be 5 minutes, actually it's more like 10 because then we have to do the other leg. This is going to be individual legs. I tend to move a lot through those arms and change position just because my upper body starts getting tired, my wrists start getting tired. So feel free to move as you need to in that upper body to accommodate comfort. All right, we are going to start with that right leg. It's going to be a right leg straight. We're going to do a bent. Okay, we're going to move through those 2 moves. You do have the option of adding some light weight behind the knee when we bend that knee if you like. You do not have to. It does help you to make it a little more difficult if this is not hard enough for you. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Make sure wrists right under the shoulders, knees right underneath the hips, right leg straight, tummy's tight. Flex that foot. We're just going straight up and down. Now, as you can see here, hopefully, my belly is nice and tight, so I'm not dropping my belly and pumping in that back, right? Tummy's tight, I'm nice and secure, and I'm just lifting. All I'm doing is squeezing that right glute to lift that leg up. This is not a huge move. I'm not trying to bring that leg back around my head. I'm just lifting it up, relaxing it down. And when it's down, I'm just letting the toe tap, and then I'm taking it right back up again. Breathe. Now through these, we have a lot of passive burning, I call it. So the leg that's just holding us up, this left leg, that hip is going to start to burn. Just be aware. Break as you need to. We have 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here's where you have the option of adding weight behind the knee. Squeeze your heel towards your glute, lift it up. Hover the knee, lift it up. So again, same thing. I'm not going super high with this weight. I'm trying to keep my core steady, my tummy's tight. This is one maybe if you want to, you can come on down to the forearms. Just keep that belly in and always squeezing that weight. So you're trying to push your heel into your glute. Having a weight really helps to activate the proper muscles. When you don't have the weight, you tend to release through that hamstring because you're not pushing that heel in towards your glute. So it really does help to activate muscles. So really, it can even just be a towel. It doesn't even have to be weight. All right, we have 15 seconds. Breathe, breathe. Down to 10. Shoulders are relaxed. Your gaze is down at those fingers. All right, little break. 5 seconds is off. Maybe you want to get rid of the weight. Maybe just readjust it. We're pulsing. Lift it up, little pulse. So on these pulses, I don't want them to be fast. They're just small. Just a little move, pushing through the heel. 1, 2, 1, 2. Not super fast, but keeping it up high. Making sure we're not rolling open that right hip. Okay, that'll be your tendency. Both hip bones point to the floor. All right, we have 30 seconds. Breathe, breathe. After this, we're going to take this leg to the side. You can choose to have the weight or get rid of the weight. And then the last move will be a combo between the two. All right, keep that tummy tight. Make sure you're not dropping that belly down. Oh, my knee is dropping low though. So that means I need to get rid of the weight. Flex that foot. 2, 1, little break. All right, so now we're just taking it to the side. Flex the foot, bring it to the side. So we call these dog peas fire hydrants. There's a lot of words that describe this move. But basically it's that same move that you took back, except we're taking it to the side. This is when you're really gonna start to feel that left hip. You can take it down and hold it for a break. You can sit back into child's pose. You can do whatever you like to do. Just don't give up. Come back in it when you feel stronger, when you're ready. Gaze down at those hands. We're keeping that neck in line. That tummy's nice and tight. We're not dropping that belly and pushing that booty back. Tailbone slightly tight. Tummy is tight. Nice and strong through that core. Holding steady. Getting in some ab work because it's trying to hold everything steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, this last one is a combo. It's a come back to the side. Bent leg, foot flex. Here we go. Back, now to the side. Now back, to the side. Squeeze. When you take that foot back, it's like you're trying to take the heel toward the ceiling without moving in that upper body. Squeeze, squeeze. All right, y'all, we've made it down to 30 seconds. See how long you can hold it with me. Down to 20, tummy's tight. Keep that head down, looking at the floor. 15. Woo! Not sure which burns more, the right or the left. I think the left is winning. I think my stabilizing hip is burning the most. 2, 1. Oh, sit back. Whew. Release it back and down. So my knees restrict me from coming all the way down into child's pose. So I do kind of use some help here just to help me to sit back and feel the release without injuring my knees or hurting my knees. Woo! And take it up. That one's always such a burner. So, unfortunately, God gave us 2 legs. So we have to do the other side. So mop off real quick. A little bit of a break. Right back at it. Excuse me. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with that left leg straight, then it's bent with a weight or without a weight, then we're taking it to the side, or pulses to the side, and then that combo. Alright, I'm trying to delay as long as I can, but I can't think of anything else to say, so let's go ahead. Left leg straight, foot is flexed, tummy's tight, and let's go ahead and lift it up and down. Little toe tap, squeeze the glute. Little toe tap, squeeze the glute. Remember the cues through that upper body, tummy's tight. We're not dropping the belly and arching the back, right? There's no pumping action through that upper body. This all happens in the lower body. Squeeze the glute to lift. And your body will naturally start to give way and start to help out that leg. So you need to check into that body often. Am I holding my belly in tight? Is my chest pushed out, my shoulders relaxed? Do I have a nice flat back? Am I keeping my upper body steady as I'm moving that leg? 20 seconds. Breathe through it. 10. I always find when I do this leg, it's always harder, and it's not harder because the leg is weaker necessarily. And break. Get that weight if you're using it. Bent knee, flex that foot, up and down. I tend to find it's harder because this right hip is already tired. It's already worked. So I notice it burning a whole lot faster than I noticed my left burning. Breathe. Tummy's tight. How are those shoulders? Are they away from the ears? You're pushing that chest out. All right, we have 20 seconds. Just stay with me as long as you can. Down to 10. And a little break, 5 seconds, that's it. All right, we have those pulses. Take it up, high as you can. Now right here, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. This is really where you may find you drop that belly. You let go in that spine. Pull it in, tummy's tight. Nice flat back. Try to be equal on those hands, so you don't want to just list to one side. Really, try to spread that weight out between both hands, both forearms, both fists, whatever position you're in. Just be equal with the pressure. 30 seconds. Ooh, mama. Yeah, see, so I'm feeling that right hip a lot earlier than I was feeling that left. 20 seconds. Breathe. Down to 10. Tummy's tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, it lasted longer than that one. All right, here we go. Combo. Foot flex. Bring it up. Oh, to the side. I lied. This is not a combo. Just bring it to the side. So sorry. So sorry. Working with foggy brain today. There we go. Yeah, I'll see. Woo! Right away, I can feel it into that hip. So I'm going to try to adjust. See if I can make it a little more comfortable for me. Tummy's tight. And just take it out to the side as far as you go. So I think a lot of us have an idea of where we think it should be. And so you'll change your body position to get it into that position you feel it should be. I don't want you to do that. Work within your range of motion. It's about working that muscle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. Now we have the combo. Here we go. Side and up, or up and side, doesn't matter. Just as long as you're doing both moves. pressing the heel toward the ceiling, keeping that tummy tight. Take a little break in between the move to just check in with your body. Make sure those shoulders are down, that tummy is tight. You're not bringing your body out of alignment just to get more range of motion. Woo. Break as you need to. Breathe, breathe. 15 seconds. Five, four, three, two, one. Oh. All right, sitting back, coming back into your child's pose or your resting position, whatever feels good. Woo! Just stretch it out for a moment. We don't get long, we gotta move to the next one. And let's go ahead and release it. All right, so up next, after some water, all right, we have bridge. So this is our last, what should I say? This is our last like major muscle group before we move to the abs. So we'll get through this one and then we have abs and then we are finished. So stay with me, don't give up, don't quit. Woo. Pause it if you need to. Oh, woo. We are gonna come down into a bridge position. So back down, knees bent, feet flat. You are free to use a weight across the hips if you would like, if you want that extra resistance. I'm going to demonstrate without that weight. I found when I did this, I did not need that weight. I had plenty just doing the workout on my own. So body weight only for me. Hands on either side. We're going to take one leg across. You're going to lift up and down. We're going to take the other leg across. We're going to lift up and down. And then we'll move within those two kind of range of motions and we will burn those buns. So this is buns and hamstring. All right, so let's go ahead and start by taking the right ankle over the left knee. Make that heel as close to the glute as you can. Hands on either side. Squeeze up, come down. I want you to hover. Squeeze, hover. Squeeze, hover. Now, if you're used to a better range of motion, you're going to find that this isn't quite as good as when you have both feet down. It just changes that range of motion a little bit, but I still want you to squeeze the glute. I still want you to lift up as high as you can with those hips. Stay balanced on that upper body. And when you come up, I want you to try to come up high enough that you have to bring the weight to the shoulders. Breathe, breathe. Oh, did you hear my hip pop? Actually felt good. Little stretch. It does actually stretch the hip in this position. All right, take it down. We are going to switch legs. Same thing, up and down. Here we go. Hover, squeeze, hover. So what we're squeezing is this glute. Squeeze, lifting up high. Getting you ready for that summer weather. It's already summer weather here in Texas. Oh, it's been so humid lately. We've just had so much rain. Usually it's not this humid this early, but it's been pretty humid so far. Although I love the rain, we don't tend to get any during the summer, so I'm not knocking the rain. It's worth it. Squeeze and hover. Squeeze and hover. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. I was noticing I was tensing up a bit through those shoulders. One more. All right, take it down. So now we're gonna have both feet down. We're gonna come up to the toes, all right? Lift, hover. So now you're really gonna notice, hey, I have great range of motion, right? We're up on those toes. So we're bringing the calves into it. They're holding as we're moving. That's going to work those calves as well. Again, going back to those calves. And hover. squeeze, and hover. Breathe through it. All right, keep it here. Our next move are going to be pulses, and we are going to do these pulses on the toes if you can. If being on the toes for the pulses is too much, you can always come down into the traditional way with the heels down. A couple more moves and then we're on to abs. Woo, starting to feel that. Hover, squeeze, hover. All right, now the pulses. I'm going to take just a little break here. All right, lift it up as high as you can, up on those toes. Again, little pulse, release, pulse, release. These do not have to be fast. I'd actually prefer them to be a little on the slower side because I really want you to think about the contraction. And I really want you to get those hips up and not let them drop too low. This is all done in a very high position so that at the end of this pulse, right here, you're up at your highest point. Breathe. Keeping those knees pointed forward, so I don't want you to open up those knees. Keep them about hip width apart. Breathe through that burn. Oh, it burns so much. So you'll feel this kind of move toward that inner thigh, right underneath the glute and then in. All right, take it down. Feet as wide as the mat. Take your knees together. It's important those knees stay together. Let's finish off those inner thighs. Up and hover. So again, you're not going to get that full range of motion in this one. I want you to give me your best range of motion, up as high as you can, squeezing through those glutes. If you're feeling that low back, don't be surprised. This is working that low back area as well. If you need a break, take it. Oh, the burn. Ooh, so strong through that inner thigh. If you need a break, take it. Take that break. Get back in when you're stronger. Knees stay together. Don't let them open up. Keep those feet as wide as the mat. Of course, you should feel nothing through the knee. If you do, bring those feet in a little closer. If that still doesn't work, then go ahead and just do a regular bridge here. Last one. Oh, thank heaven. Straighten out those legs. Just give it a little stretch. Oh, boy. All right. Why not just move right into those abs? Let's go ahead and bend those knees. We are going to do a crunch with a hip tilt. So the hip tilt is just pulling that tailbone, tucking in, and igniting that transverse abdominis before we come up into that crunch. It really does give you a better crunch. That transverse abdominis is a deep ab muscle that does help to support our spine. So of course we want it to be nice and strong. So let's go ahead and start here. 5, 4, 3, 2. So tuck your pelvis, crunch up, down. You can release the pelvis or keep it tucked. I tend to release it because I really want to check in every time and make sure I have my best tuck possible. Excuse me. Tuck. Come on up. You're trying to get those shoulder blades off the mat. But of course, whatever your strength allows you to do. Ooh, it's hard to talk in a crunch. All right, I also want you to keep space between your chin and chest. Open up those elbows. They should be in your peripheral vision. You should not be able to see them. Open them up. They're just for your head to cradle it as you come back down. All right, we're going to roll up. Next up, we have a boat pose, up nice and tall. Hold on to the back of the legs, nice and straight until those arms are straight. Then maybe release. Tummy is tight. Your heart is lifted, right? We're not rounding. Heart is lifted, maybe one foot. Maybe switching between those 2 feet. Pull that belly button in. Maybe both feet. I like to cross my ankles. You don't have to. They can stay separated. Tummy is tight. Lifting the heart. Always think about lifting the heart. Number 1 thing I see is this right here, rounding. Up tall, tummy's tight, pull it in. Balance on that sacrum. Shoulders stay down, breathe, breathe. This is not an easy one. I want you to hold it as long as you can. We're down to 15 seconds. Breathe. Don't hold that breath. Good, we're gonna take it down. Feet up tall, Russian twists. All right, cross the hands, leaning back till you feel that the abs engage. And now you're just gonna twist like you're trying to drop your shoulder to the floor. Twist to that other side. Shoulder twists toward the floor. That really gives you more twist through the core, because if you do it this way, it tends to be hands that drop. You can see I'm not really twisting through my core. That twist is what works those abs, those obliques. So the more you twist, the more you work them. So keep those hands in and focus on the shoulder. Stay with me 20 seconds. I know those legs are tired. They are part of this move. Just hold it as long as you can. Break when you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, plank is next. Moving quickly. Find your plank. I'm going to be in my forearms. So if you're doing modified, knees down, bringing the hips down until you're in a straight line through that spine. So this is not modified plank, right? Drop those hips, tuck that tailbone, tummy tight. Maybe you're coming into full, come up on those toes. If you're in full, you're pushing out through the heels, tightening through the kneecaps. Pull the belly in no matter which position, pressing the floor away from you, shoulders relaxed away from the ears, hands are relaxed. Your gaze is down at the hands. I don't want you looking at those feet. That's not good for the neck. Keep that neck in line. Looking at those hands, forearms. We have 20 seconds. Forgot what we were doing next. Try to keep that tailbone tucked. Breathe through it. Stay with me as long as you can in this position. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, all the way to your belly. Y'all, this is the last one, and then we are finished. The last one. Stack those palms. Forehead comes to the top of the hands. We are going to lift the lower and upper body. Hold, and then slowly take it down. So you want the hold to be 3 to 5 seconds. Let's say this doesn't work for you. Can you just lift the bottom? Maybe you can just lift the top. Okay, listen to your body. No matter if you're doing both upper and lower or breaking them up, make sure you're balancing through the belly and hip bones. You're pushing the hip bones into the mat. You're squeezing those glutes, even if it's just the upper body lifting. Move at your pace. Shoulder blades relaxed. Make sure when you're lifting, you're not lifting your neck. You're lifting your upper body, trying to get the chest off the floor. So it's not a head lift or this position. It's here. And take it down. Yes. Hands on either side. Sit back. Child's pose. Best you can. Let that head drop. Relax it down. And take it up. All right, we're going to do a really quick stretch here. Let's go ahead and take 1 foot forward. Doesn't matter which one. Toward the front. Sink down. Knee and ankle should be stacked. Hands can be on either side. They can both be to the center. You can be up on your thigh. You can be holding onto your chair. What we're looking for is this hip flexor stretch. The space between your hip bone and your thigh muscle. We worked it a lot today, especially in some of those ab moves. Let's go ahead and switch. Sink down. These ones tend to be really tight, especially if you have a job where you sit. It tightens these muscles, which can actually lead to back pain. So keeping these muscles nice and supple and stretched out is very important. Breathe, shoulders relax. All right, let's go ahead and drag this front leg back. Moving into tabletop, a little cat and cow. Drop your belly, look up, big inhale. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, drop, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And coming back to the center, let's go ahead and have a seat. We're going to take the soles of those feet together into a butterfly. Pull them in as close as you can. Grab a hold of those toes, lifting up nice and tall. Shoulders relax. Chest is up. Now drop those knees toward the floor. If you want to go a little further, you just use those hands to pull your chest closer toward those feet, feeling through that inner thigh. And let's go ahead and release. Feel free to hold these stretches longer or to continue your stretch after we are finished. Oh, see how tight I was? Oh, relax those shoulders down. Looks like I need to do a little extra stretching. This is just going to be a quick stretch. If you're in a hurry, this will just get you through. But I would like you to hold these stretches a little longer. Come back to them maybe a little later in the day and give yourself a good stretch. You deserve it. That was a lot of work. Shoulders down, tummy's tight. I hope you enjoyed this style of workout. Like I said, it's not easy, but I really like how I feel afterwards. I feel more open. I feel like I really did a lot because it's a lot of burning. But then the next day, I just, it doesn't hurt so bad. I can sit on the toilet without a problem. And coming back to the center, let's just give a real quick upper body stretch. And switch, other arm. It comes across the shoulders, drawn down. Moving into a tricep stretch, just bring it back behind, space between your chin and chest looking forward. Try not to round through that back. I want you up nice and tall. And let's go ahead and switch. And release, interlace, inside out round, reach, tuck your chin, reach forward as you lean back, shoulders down. Take it to one side until you feel the stretch. Hold, that's your lat. Hold to the center, and then let's go ahead and go to that other side. Coming back to the center all the way up. Shoulders drop. Excuse me. Goodness. And then let's take those hands behind the back, interlace, squeeze and lift. All right, so you definitely need some more time on those legs. If you have it, please take that time. We did not stretch your quadriceps or the front of your thigh out. So if you need to, a little extra stretching, I have a class I need to run off to, so I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you. I'll do what I can to answer anything. I want you to have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.